Hey English learners, welcome back to Roy English Talk, your favorite little corner of the internet where real English comes to life. I'm Eva.
And I'm Paul. And friends, if you are listening to this right now, wherever you are, whether you're on a bus, in your kitchen, lying in bed, we are so glad you're here.
Today's episode has a very special topic, and I'll be honest, when Paul first suggested it, I thought, oh, that sounds too simple. But then I realized this is actually one of the things most English learners never learn properly.
Exactly. And the topic is this: how to talk about a peaceful day in English.
Not just, I had a good day, not just, nothing happened today, but really talk about it, beautifully, naturally, like a fluent speaker.
Because here's a secret most textbooks won't tell you. The way you describe a quiet day says so much about your English level. It's easy to describe drama, a fight, an accident, an emergency. Those stories practically tell themselves.
But a peaceful day, a slow Sunday morning, a cozy afternoon with tea, that takes real English skill.
And by the end of this episode, you will have all the words, phrases, and expressions to do exactly that. So stay with us. This one's going to feel like a warm cup of tea for your brain.
Okay, Paul, let's actually start with this. Did you have a peaceful day recently? Like, truly peaceful?
Oh, great question. Yes. This past Saturday was honestly magical. You know those days where nothing big happens but you feel so content? That was it. I woke up late, no alarm, just opened my eyes naturally when my body was ready. And my first thought was, I have nowhere to be today.
That feeling, I have nowhere to be. That sentence alone is happiness.
Right? So I just lay there for a while, listening to the birds outside. I didn't check my phone. I didn't look at messages. I just existed. And it was wonderful.
I love that. You know what, listeners? Did you notice what Paul just did? He used really rich, natural English. Let me point out a few things. He said, I woke up naturally, not I woke up without alarm. Natural. He said, I just lay there. That's the past tense of lie, not laid, not lied. I lay there. It's a small thing, but fluent speakers notice it.
And I said, I just existed. That's a beautiful phrase for those still, quiet moments where you're not doing anything in particular, you're just being.
Perfect. So already 3 powerful phrases from Paul's story. Let's keep going. What did you do next?
I made coffee, but slowly, no rushing. I didn't use my coffee machine. I actually used a pour-over. Do you know what that is, Eva?
Pour-over coffee? Yes, where you pour the hot water slowly over the grounds and just wait?
Exactly. And there's something almost meditative about it. Watching the water drip through, smelling the coffee bloom. It made the whole morning feel intentional, like I was choosing to be present.
Oh, I love that word, intentional. Listeners, write that down. The morning felt intentional. That's such an elevated, natural way to describe a peaceful day. It means you were making conscious choices, not just going through the motions. All right, let's dive into some vocabulary now. I'm going to give you words and phrases. Paul, can you give me example sentences? Like a game.
Ooh, I love a good game. Let's go.
First word, unwind.
Unwind. After a long week, I finally had time to unwind. I just sat on the balcony and let the evening air calm me down. Unwind means to relax and release stress, like a spring loosening.
Beautiful. Next, drift off.
Drift off. I was reading my book, and before I knew it, I had drifted off to sleep. Drift off, it means to fall asleep gradually, softly, like floating away.
Love it. How about a slow morning?
A slow morning. Sunday was a slow morning for me. I didn't rush anything. I just moved through the house quietly, enjoying the silence. A slow morning isn't a bad morning, it's a gentle one.
Yes. And I want to add, you can also say a slow burn kind of day, meaning the whole day was low energy, peaceful, warm. Okay, next, potter around.
Potter around. Oh, this is a great one. I spent the afternoon just pottering around the house, organizing a drawer here, watering the plants there, doing nothing in particular. It means to move around your space doing small, unimportant things, but happily.
Exactly. And here's one more. Ease into.
Ease into. I eased into the morning with some stretching and a glass of water. Ease into, to enter something gently and gradually. No rushing, no shock.
Perfect. So we have unwind, drift off, a slow morning, potter around, ease into. All perfect phrases for describing a peaceful day. Let's keep going because I have a story to share too.
Oh, yes. I want to hear Eva's story now. Tell us.
Okay. So last weekend, I had what I now call my perfect low-key Saturday. Do you know what low-key means?
Low-key, calm, relaxed, nothing too exciting, right?
Exactly. Very chill, very quiet. So I woke up and the light in my room was just gorgeous. That golden morning light that comes through the curtains. I didn't want to move. I just laid there, soaking it in.
Soaking it in. Great phrase. Absorbing the moment fully.
Yes. Then I made myself a big bowl of porridge with banana and honey, and I sat by my window and read. I'm currently reading a book about a woman who moves to a small Italian village and just learns to live slowly. It's called a slow life kind of book.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. The slow life movement. Have you heard of that, listeners? It's a whole philosophy about intentionally slowing down, enjoying simple things, not racing through life.
And it completely matched my Saturday. After reading, I went for a walk. No destination, no purpose. I just wandered through my neighborhood. I noticed things I usually walk past. A little flower growing through a crack in the wall. An old man feeding pigeons. A bakery smell that stopped me in my tracks.
Stopped me in my tracks. That means something was so surprising or lovely that you literally stopped walking.
Exactly. And listeners, notice how I'm describing my day. I'm not just saying I woke up, I ate, I walked. I'm painting a picture. I'm giving you details. The golden light, the honey on the porridge, the smell of the bakery. Those details are what make your English storytelling come alive.
This is so important. In English, details aren't extra, they are the story. They show that you notice things, that you feel things, that you're present.
So, when someone asks you, how was your day? Don't just say, it was fine. Say, it was one of those slow, golden days where nothing particular happened, but everything felt just right.
That sentence just gave me peace. I felt it.
Okay, listeners, let's give you 10 phrases you can use today when describing a peaceful day. Eva, let's do this together. You say the phrase, I'll give the example.
Let's go. Number 1. I had a really low-key day.
Nothing crazy happened. I had a really low-key day, just rested and recharged.
Number 2. I took things at my own pace.
I didn't rush anything today. I just took things at my own pace, and it felt amazing.
Number 3. I needed to decompress.
After such a stressful week, I really needed to decompress, so I switched off my phone and just breathed.
Number 4. I was in my own little world.
I spent the afternoon in my own little world, listening to music and sketching in my notebook.
Number 5. The day just flowed.
There was no plan, no schedule. The day just flowed beautifully from one moment to the next.
Number 6. I recharged my batteries.
That quiet Sunday really recharged my batteries. I feel ready for the whole week now.
Number 7. I was completely present.
I wasn't thinking about work or tomorrow. I was completely present, just enjoying the moment.
Number 8. It was a real reset.
This weekend was exactly what I needed. A real reset. Body, mind, everything.
Number 9. I let the time pass without guilt.
I watched 2 movies, took a long bath, and let the time pass without guilt. and it felt so good.
And number 10, one of my favorites, I gave myself permission to do nothing.
This is something a lot of people struggle with, but on Saturday, I gave myself permission to do nothing, and it was the most productive thing I did all week.
The most productive thing I did all week. I love the irony of that, and it's so true. Okay, let's do a quick role play. Imagine two friends meeting on Monday morning. Paul, you be the friend asking. I'll show you how to answer naturally.
Perfect. Okay. Hey, Eva, how was your weekend? Do anything fun?
Oh, honestly, it was so peaceful. I had one of those weekends where I didn't make any plans, and it turned out to be exactly what I needed. Saturday, I just pottered around the house in the morning, made a proper breakfast, read for a while. Then in the afternoon, I went for a slow walk, no destination, just to get some air and clear my head. By evening, I was so relaxed, I drifted off on the sofa watching a film. Sunday, I eased in slowly too. Just journaled a bit, called my mom, did some gentle stretching. By Sunday night, I felt like a completely new person.
Wow, that sounded completely natural. And listeners, did you hear how many of today's phrases Eva used? Pottered around, drifted off, eased in slowly, completely natural. No one would ever guess she was a language learner.
And that's the goal, right? Not to sound like a textbook, to sound like a real person who lives a real life and can describe it in beautiful, natural English.
All right, we are coming to the end of today's episode, and I have to say, Eva, I feel weirdly calm right now. Just talking about peaceful days made me feel peaceful.
That's the power of language. When you talk about peace, you feel it. And now you, our listeners, have the words to talk about your peaceful days, your slow mornings, your quiet evenings, your low-key weekends in real, natural English.
So here is your homework for this week, and it's a beautiful one. Have one intentional slow moment. Could be a morning, an afternoon, even just an hour. And then describe it out loud in English. Use our phrases. Paint the picture.
And if you want to share your peaceful day story with us, leave a comment, send us a message. We genuinely love reading them. You might even hear your story on a future episode.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to Roy English Talk. It means the world to us. Share it with a friend who's learning English. Leave us a review, and most importantly,
take care of yourself, learn English, and don't forget to have a peaceful day.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye for now.
Thank you very much, dear friends, for watching the full video.